Gurushirmaha, Sarvagurubhirmaha, Sarvagurubhirmaha, Sri Ranganath Shragopetin, Lakshmi Simashadit Turnika Patram, Sri Rangavira Rabura, Shragopuджam, Vedanta Deshivina Bhantavaji, Srimati Shivan Shagopa Sri Vedanta Deshivindamaha, Deshika Yanamaha, Keshavari Grupa Patram, Kishamati Gudanam, Shikatari Kishanam Deshivinam Baje, Ramamida Patram Yanavira, Bhusam Simat Venkana, Aryaman Devi Rantadishkam, Lakshmi Samaramбhaं Nadhyamanamajhvam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Yo Nityamachyam Vidmaratma Vyamohata Saitrani Pralayamene Asmadgurur Bhagavatvasudeka Sindhoho Ramanujasa Charanushanam Pravajje Mata Pita Yudhayastamya Vibhutihi Sarvam Yudheva Niminamadanvayanam Adhyashana Kulapati Ervakulaభిरामं Srimad Satyanghavidam Pranamami Motna Bhutam Sharashmasa Bhattanath Sribhaktarakrishekharayurvahan Bhaktan Sridhena Prakara Siddhavishan Srimad Parankushamani Pranatavashnicham Narena
Can chant Acharya Tanya, please? Vedanta Deshapatapsa Barangam Narayana Krupabhishektam Sri Ranganath Abhishekar Labdhabodham Sri Krishna Deshitam Prapate Srimate Sri Krishna Deshitam Mahadeshkaya Nama Asmat Gurubhyo Nama Asmat Parma Gurubhyo Nama Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Nama Tisamanas.
Narena Amma, today's class is on Padika Sahasram. So, we are there in the 6th chapter, right, Ayya? Ma, anyone of you remember till what extent we read, Amma? Amma, do anyone of you remember till what extent we did? We are doing the 6th chapter, right?
Yes, Swamiji. 6th chapter.
The 6th chapter, do you know till what extent we are? No idea, Amma? Alright, let me try to open the last file and let me see. Sri Vishwamitra Gotrabhushmaihi Anta Kalyana Gunakarihi Sri Rangaraja Divyajnalabdha Vedantacharivarihi Kavitarka Simhait Bhakshada Gunhamakehi Sarvatanta Swantrahi Srimad Vikramatharahi Srimad Nimanta Mahadishakahi Sakala Loko Jivana Grihitam Sri Ranganatha Paduka Sahasram. So in the 6th chapter, which is called Adhikara Parigraha Padhati, we have come up to, I think, 15 verses. And we have to start the 16th verse. Because the last one, 15, says, Prayena Ramagraha Yasita Tadani Utsankamashitavati Tava Rajya Lakshmihi Tameva Devi Nanu Jivayitum Jaradra Angi Chakara Bhavati Bharato Paritam. What we have heard about this verse is, Hey Paduka Devi, the kingdom of Ayodhya is there swooning and fell down as though the kingdom got fits, and the entire kingdom fell in the lap of Paduka Devi, unable to bear the absence of Lord Rama due to his 14 years of exile. The kingdom could not take it. It is only to revive the kingdom you accept it. the fanning with wet, fragrant roots from the hands of Bharata. Literally, Bharata was fanning. Bharata was fanning Paduka Devi. Such is the magnanimity of Paduka Devi. On one hand, she herself has to bear the separation from Rama. On the other hand, she has to take care of all the people of Ayodhya. She cannot show her anger, frustration, or her own viraham, separation from Rama's feet. Paratantra means we have to completely cut off our swatantram. Their personal happiness, personal pleasure will not even come into picture. If we think of our personal happiness and comfort, that itself is swatantram. When Bhagavan Rama assigned a job, Hanuman did not say, "Can I find Sita?" Look at the way Hanuman exhibited Paratantram. There are many people, thousands of Vanaras were sent in all the four directions to search for Sita Devi. One batch east, one batch west, another south, another north. Rama had a hunch. Somewhere Ravana might have kept only in his own kingdom. Ravana might have Sita Devi in his own kingdom. So he selected the best of the best people to go south. Jambavan, Angada, Hanuman, etc. Even then, the eldest person is Jambavan. The prince is Angada. But Rama did not give his ring to any one of them. He gave only to Hanuman. That is where many people say, even though Rama did not exhibit any of the qualities like Krishna of his supernatural abilities, that he is Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, but somewhere the hunch, somewhere the intuition is there guiding Lord Rama as though he is Lord Narayana himself. And how do we know? That is evident from how did Rama pick Hanuman? When Rama gave the ring to Hanuman, if it is you and me, what do you think we'll say? Rama, Rama, I'm incapable of doing it. Why are you giving it to me? Please, there are seniors, give it to Jambavan. There are powerful people, Angada, give it to him. He did not say, he accepted. And he made the jump. He came back. He conveyed the message. Had Hanuman any, even a little bit of swatantram, the job would not have been done. Can you think of an example where swatantram is there, the job was not done, and only when paratantram is there, the job was done? Am I anyone of you? Can anyone of you think of where there is swatantram, the job will not be done? Only where there is paratantram, the job will be done, even if it is Bhagavan's work. Hanuman was searching for Sita Devi in Lanka all over the place, depending on his own ability. He could not find. Finally, the minute he said, Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya, Namostu Devyai Janakatmajaya, When Hanuman realized his inability to find Sita Devi by his own efforts, only when he prostrated to Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya, Namostu Devyai Janakatmajayai, then only. There is a very wonderful saying that even when a Mahatma like Hanuman could not find Sita Devi if there is Swatantram, how can we, ordinary human beings, think of doing something divine, even if it is Bhagavad Kainkarya, without his anugraham, without his blessings? That is how we have to look at spiritual life. Is there any way we can accomplish anything? And in spite of doing all these things, Hanuman was so humble. Hanuman was so humble. He did not exhibit any pride that he achieved the impossible. Where Angada could not go, where Jambavan could not dare, Hanuman could do it. Paratantriyam. Hanuman go to Himalayas and get Sanjeevani. Yes, sir. Supriya, can you think of something? Supriya? Are you there, Supriya? Hmm. Shailija Kiran, can you think of something? Suppose you were there in that situation. Rama says, go to Himalayas and get Sanjeevani. What could be the general saying, Shailija? Is it Venkat Kiran? No, you people just log in and when I call out, nobody talks, nobody replies. Amma, anybody there?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swami.
I don't know to whom I am talking because I called out Shailaja, Supriya, she never replied. I called out Shailaja, she never replied. I thought they just log in and they are busy. This is almost like,
Narayan Swamiji.
the students come there to give attendance. And once they give attendance, they say bye and go to matinee show. Looks like that. Amma, can you imagine? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Shailaja Kiran.
Swamiji.
Your phone is on, Amma. You want to say something?
No, Swamiji.
Okay. Supriya, are you there, Amma?
Unnan Swamiji. Yes, Swamiji.
Suppose you were there in the situation. Rama asks you, go to Himalayas and get the Sanjeevani. Generally, what will people say? Rama, why are you telling me always? Last time also you gave me the ring. That means you forced me to go to Lanka. You could have given to Jambavan. You could have given to Angada. But you gave me. I did the job. Again, you are giving me the same, again the job. Can't you give it to Angada? Can't you give it to Jambavan? Why should I be the one who you always pick? Why should I be the one who should do all the work and other people sit happily? Don't you think, Supriya, we think like that?
No, Swamiji.
Oh, no? I see.
Whatever Rama said, we have to do.
Oh, whatever Rama says, you will do. Wow, wow, wow. That's very good. Can I put you in trouble, Supriya?
Yes, Swamiji. No.
Rama says ladies, especially married ladies, should always be 9 yards saree. Oh my God. Right, Supriya?
It's 9 yards, sir. It's very difficult, Swami. The 6 yards is okay, but 9.
Just now you said if Rama says he will do everything, right? Just now you said if Rama says he will do everything. Rama is not asking you to make a long jump from Sri Lanka to Himalayas. He is not asking you to bring Sanjeevani Parvatam. You see, difficult.
Definitely we will try, Swamiji.
Mm, 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 mm. Okay, simple question, Supriya. Simple question, simple question. Very simple question. First verse in Venkateswara Suprabhatam, please.
कौसल्यातनया सुप्रजा रामा
प्रजा राम पूर्व संध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरसार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमास्ति.
Can you guess, Supriya, why I asked you this question? Do you think I don't know you will know Kausalya Supraja?
कर्तव्यं दैवमास्निकम् अन्नार kada Swamiji, so we have to do.
Kartavyam Daivamanikam. Anything else?
Early morning we have to get up.
Exactly.
Purva
Sandhya Pravartate. Purva Sandhya Pravartate. You got the point. Very good, Amma. I'm happy you got it. Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Sandhya. It is not night. It is not day. Sandhya, Prata Sandhya means the stars are still there. The sun is not there. The sun is not there, you cannot call it day. Stars are still there, night. But there is light there all over the sky. Sandhya. Therefore, now you understand what I am asking you, right, Supriya?
Yes, Swamiji.
So what time you woke up, Amma, this morning?
Daily I used to wake up at 6 o'clock, Swamiji, morning.
Answer the question. What time you woke up this morning?
6 o'clock, Swamiji.
Good. Sunrise is at? You don't see. Okay, in your cell phone.
Yes,
In your
Swamiji,
cell.
sometimes.
No. If you say sometimes you are bringing in Swatantram. If it is Paratantram, Purva Sandhya Pravartate. What I am telling is, you have a phone number.
Yes, Swamiji.
In the phone you will have a weather channel. Look at the weather channel. Put your city where you are. It will give you what time is sunrise every day. Look for the sunrise. Make sure you set your alarm at least some 40 minutes or so that you have to get up and you have to take a shower. You need at least half an hour. The remaining 10 minutes at least you can pray in the Sandhya time. Therefore, Paratantriyam means absolutely. If Rama said that, that's it. The job has to be done. And that is what the great Mahatma Vedanta Deshika is teaching us, and that is what we have to learn from Paduka Devi. So in the 16th verse, Veeravrata Pranayini Prathamera Gunam Prapte Chiraya Bharate Vratamasi Dharam Chektva Padavani Tada Vividhan Viharane Ekasika Vratam Apurvam Avartayah Tvam. If you take a sword, usually it has a sharp edge only on one side. But imagine if there is a sword that is sharp on both sides. That is called Asidhara Vratam. Means they fix a sword which is sharp on both edges, and they will ask you to walk on a sword. Remember how delicately you have to walk, how tactfully you have to walk, how little pressure you have to keep, so that you will not be cut and you will be able to walk. Asidhara Vratam. Walking on the sharp edge of a sword that has both edges sharp. It is not that one edge is sharp, so you put the sharp edge into the ground and you walk on the flat edge. No, sharp edge on both sides. वीरव्रत प्रणयिनी प्रथमे रघूनां प्राप्ते चिराय भरते व्रतमासिधाराम् व्रतमासिधारम् त्यक्त्वा पदावनि तथा विविधान् विहारान् एकासिकाव्रतम् अपूर्वम् अवर्तयः त्वम्. हे पादुका देवी, Lord Sri Rama, the greatest of the great in that Raghuvamsham. Raghuvamsham, everybody is great. Ikshvaku, Kakutsa, Mandhata, Aja Maharaja, everyone is great. We all know Ikshvaku, Raghu, Kakutsa. He is the greatest of the great in that Raghuvamsham. Enjoyed making a special commitment to warfare because he has to obey his fathers and also to wipe out all the demons like Kara, Dushana, Ravana, etc. These are the demons. And the bad people like Vali. Vali is not a demon but a bad fellow. Bharata took up another commitment to walk on a knife edge because he will not accept the kingdom but will do coronation to Sri Rama Padukas and serve them. You know, serving the Padukas is not as easy as you think. But Paduka Devi, you made an altogether different and never before heard of commitment to sit on a knife edge and remained steadfast, foregoing all the pleasure trips along with the lotus feet of Lord Sri Rama. Chektva padavani tada vividhan viharan. Don't think that Rama and Sita did not enjoy in forest life. They had beautiful sightseeing. Rama took Sita Devi to so many pleasant spots in the forest and made her feel very, very happy, getting her the best of the best flowers, the wild flowers, getting her the best of the best honey, and all the wild fruits, berries, roots, so many things. So, Paduka Devi would also have enjoyed, along with Sita Devi, as Rama was taking her to the wonderful spots in the forest. Paduka Devi, she sacrificed all those pleasure trips. And what happened? She was literally made to sit on the throne, which is almost like sitting on a knife edge. If Bharata took the trouble of walking on a knife edge, walking on a knife edge is only for a limited amount of time. But sitting on the throne, which is like sitting on a knife edge, is a 24/7. And Paduka Devi did it. That is what exactly is Paratantram. Paratantram, 100% obedience to the master's commands. Swatantram, don't care attitude. even if the command is from your master. Now there is something interesting about it. Most of you know elementary mathematics. Simple question. Chakrathar, are you there?
Yes, Swami, I'm here.
Okay. Total is 100% Chakrathar. Total is 100%. Suppose you have 10% Swatantram. So how much Paratantram you have?
I mean, mathematically 90%.
90%. So according to simple mathematics, if the total of Swatantram and Paratantram is 100%, Mahatmas have 100% Paratantram. Ordinary people will have 100% Swatantram. But those people who are trying to be in spiritual life, they try to reduce their Swatantram and increase their Paratantram. Correct?
Yes, Swami.
So Chakrathar, if you have 10% of Swatantram, you said your Paratantram is 90%, right, sir?
I mean,
100
mathematically.
10 equal to 90, correct?
Yes, Swami.
Good. Next question. If you have 20% Swatantram, what is your Paratantram?
I mean, it depends, Swami. If it is mathematically, it should be 80%, but it
That's
may
all.
not be.
Let's say simple mathematics, 80%, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what Mahatma Deshika says about Swatantram, Paratantram? Remember, if you have 10% of Swatantram, double that amount of Swatantram is a dent in Paratantram, not equal, double the amount. According to simple mathematics, 100% is complete. Swatantram, if it is 10%, 90% is Paratantram. According to the Vedic studies, if you have 10% of Swatantram, do not expect 90% Paratantram. Double that Swatantram and take it out from 100 total. So if 10% is Swatantram, that 10% of Swatantram also makes a dent of another 10% in Paratantram and reduces it to 80%. Same thing, if you have 20% of Swatantram, simple mathematics, 100 minus 20 is 80%. But if you have 20% of Swatantram, it is not only 20% Swatantram, but that 20% will make an additional 20% dent in the Paratantram. Therefore, 20% Swatantram leads to double that, 20 times to 40, 100 minus 40, 60% only is the Paratantram. Are you getting the new logic, Chakrathar?
Yes, Swami. At 50% of Swatantram, there is no Paratantram.
No, you are mistaken. At 50% of Swatantram, double that, okay? Absolutely zero Paratantram.
Yes, Swami.
We cannot say there is no Paratantram. There is Paratantram, but that is completely, what do you call, overshadowed. You know, something is dominating. On paper, it looks only 50% Swatantram. On paper. So people were thinking 50% Swatantram means 50% Paratantram. No. That 50% Swatantram is by itself, and that 50% Swatantram will make an additional dent of equal amount in Paratantram and reduce Paratantram to zero. Since Paratantram has become zero, the only thing that is there seen is only Swatantram, even though it is 50%. Even though it is 50%. And now you know the trouble starts. If there is 60% Swatantram, never think 40% Paratantram. Double 60, 120, 100 minus 120, minus 20. We have negative paratantram. Could you see the difference?
Yes, Swami.
Now you understand where Paduka Devi stands. Not only she has to forego the pleasure of always being with the divine feet of Bhagavan Ramachandra, she has to come her own pain of separation from Rama. Then she has to sit on the throne and take care of the suffering people of Ayodhya, which is like sitting on a knife edge 24/7. That is why, sir, if you have Paratantram, you have Krishna always with you. We don't have Paratantram. We are just losing Krishna. Now you understand why Paduka Sahasram is important, sir.
Yes, Swami.
Unless you see that practically, people will not be able to understand. And the best place for us to see Paratantram is with Paduka Devi. Now, on one hand, we talked about Paratantram of Hanuman. Whatever Rama said, done. No question, only word, yes, sir, done. Yes, sir, done. Yes, sir, we'll do it. Can you think of anything else about that? What happened to the same Paratantram of Hanuman? When Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra said, I'm going to Vaikuntham. Anybody who wants to come with me, come, I'll take you. Hanuman opted to stay back. That is why Mahatma Deshkar did not glorify at all in a separate stotram to Hanuman. Even in the most famous Sundarakanda of his Raghuvira Gajjam, just one line only is mentioned about Hanuman, nothing else. Therefore, Paratantram is very, very important, sir. Kakutsapada viraha pratipanna maunam nishpandatam upagatam manipada rakshe ashvamasayaniva muhuhu bharatastadanim शीतैः अवीयजत चामर मारुतैस्व काकुत्सपाद विरह प्रतिपन्न मौनाम. हे Manipadukas of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, Paduka Devi remained silent, unable to bear the pangs of separation from the divine feet of Bhagavan Sri Rama. So Bharata came forward to fan Paduka Devi with chamaras, at least to give some relief, because the cold breeze from the chamara, from the fanning, may help Paduka Devi to overcome her pain of separation. Paduka Devi did not even open her mouth. Rama said, go, yes sir. Bharata installed on the Simhasanam, yes sir. Her own pain she concealed in her own heart. and remained silent all through. That is why Bharata could understand the pain of Paduka Devi and took a beautiful chamara and started fanning Paduka Devi to give some cool breeze. See in every little thing how a spiritual person like Mahatma Deshika tries to bring about the fine aspects of Paratantra. Bharata himself is feeling the pain of separation from Rama. But there is a beautiful proverb, Vidvaneva Vijanati Vidvajjana Parishramam. Only a learned man can understand the trouble taken by another person to become learned. Ordinary people cannot understand. Only a millionaire can understand how difficult it is to become a millionaire. Only a pure devotee can understand how difficult it is to become a pure devotee. Same thing. Only a person practicing Paratantram can understand how difficult it is for practicing Paratantram by other people. Bharata himself is a Paratantra. He knows the pain of separation from Rama. Therefore, he could easily understand the pain of separation that Paduka Devi is going through. But Bharata had no choice. If the Padukas were not brought and done the Pattabhishekam, who knows, a situation may come, Bharata may be forced to accept the Pattabhishekam. So Bharata had no choice but to accept the Padukas. And Bharata knows, as much as he is going through the pangs of separation from Rama, Paduka Devi is even going a million times more pain due to the separation from the divine feet of Lord Rama. That's why Bharata was standing. Paduka Devi. And you understand, when somebody is in pain, they will not talk, they remain silent. They go to a corner. Silently they will be shedding tears. Or within themselves, they will be going through Antarmadhanam. Antarmadhanam means unimaginable turmoil inside their mind, inside their heart. Bharata knows the pain of separation from Rama. He could easily understand the pain of separation of Paduka Devi from the divine feet of Rama. That's why Bharata started fanning the Padukas to give some relief. Now comes another beautiful words, like Pranavam on the move. Rama ahead, followed by Sita Devi, followed by Lakshmana, Akara, Ukara, Makaras. Yatra kvachit viharatopi padaravindam rakshyam maya raghupatehe iti bhavayantya. निःशेषमिव सहसा मणिपादरक्षे निष्कण्टकं जगदिदं विदधे भवत्या निष्कण्टकं जगदिदं विदधे भवत्या. Another subtle aspect of Paduka Devi is revealed in this verse. Yatra kvachit viharatah api padaravindam rakshyam maya raghupatehi iti bhavayancha nisseshamiva sahasa manipadarakshe nishkantakam jagadidam vidade bhavatya. So what is Mahatma Deshka trying to convey in this verse is, he Manipadukas, he gems studded padukas of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. You thought, hey Paduka Devi, you thought it is your most cherished privilege to safeguard the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Sri Rama. It is like somebody is working as a security guard, bodyguard. His only job to protect his master. Same way, Paduka Devi, you thought you had the most cherished privilege to take care of the divine feet of Bhagavan Sri Rama. Wherever he goes. Therefore, you made the whole world free of any thorns immediately. Free of any thorns in the physical sense that Rama gave his padukas to Bharata. Therefore, for the remaining time, Lord Rama is without padukas. For the remaining time, Lord Rama is without padukas. Because Rama gave his padukas to Bharata. That means Rama has to walk barefoot for 14 years. But there are thorns there in the forest. So Paduka Devi, what did what did she do? She immediately made sure the whole world free of any thorns, so that Rama will not be hurt. Rama's feet will not be hurt. She can still take care of Rama's feet in a different way. That's what Paduka Devi is. If Paduka Devi is with Rama, she will always be there safeguarding his feet. Now that Paduka Devi has to go back to Ayodhya, she thought the best way to protect Rama's feet, whether Paduka Devi is with Rama or away from Rama, is to make sure that there are no thorns at all. A wonderful way of putting the unimaginable affection of Paduka Devi. It's a very unique privilege. Paduka Devi had. But unfortunately, That privilege got disappeared when Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra said, go to Ayodhya with Bharata. And being a true Prapanna, Paduka Devi did not say one word, has to accept the command of Lord Rama and go to Ayodhya. When she was going to Ayodhya, Lord Rama is not having any Padukas for the remaining of the time. Therefore, Paduka Devi felt, even though she is not there with Rama, Paduka Devi still felt, I should still do something to protect the divine feet of my Lord Ramachandra. But how can I do that when I am far away? Well, there is an easy way to do. That easy way is to make the world free of thorns. Or at least the path taken by Rama is free of thorns. See how great is Paduka Devi to think at each and every step about Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. I hope you understand now what is Paratantram. Paratantram is not just serving the Lord when you are with the Lord. Serving the Lord even when you are away from the Lord. Ramam tvaya virahitam bharatam cha tena tratum padavani tada yadabhut pratitam Ramanujasya tavachamba jagat samastam jagartitena khalu jagaranavatena. Ramam tvaya virahitam bharatancha tena. Rama tratum padavani tada yadabhuta pratitam. Ramanujasya tavachamba jagat samastam jagartitena khalu jagaranavratena. Jagaranavratam, keeping awake the whole night. Hey Paduka Devi, or O Divine Mother Paduka Devi, Bhagavan Sri Rama got separated from you, and Lakshmana took it upon himself to keep awake always, to protect Sri Rama. Bhagavan Sri Rama got separated from you, but Lakshmana took it upon himself to protect Rama by keeping awake always. Likewise, Bharata got separated from Rama. Hey Paduka Devi, you took it upon yourself to keep awake always, to protect Bharata. Because of you two, Paduka Devi and Lakshmana, are keeping awake, the whole world remained happy without any problems. When Padukas are not there, Lakshmana did the keeping a big job to protect Rama. Bharata also got separated from Rama, but Bharata is also needing protection. So Paduka Devi took it upon herself to protect Bharata. Because the two, Padukas and Lakshmana, are keeping awake, the whole world remained very happy without any problems. Over there, Lakshmana is there to take care of Rama. Over here, Paduka Devi is there to take care of Bharata. Just as Bala and Abala, Lakshmana doesn't have to sleep. Could take care of Rama. Paduka Devi took care of Bharata in the same way. अन्तःपुरे परिजनैः समयोपयातैः अभ्यर्चित भवति या जिनयोपपन्नैः सा कोसरेश्वरपदावनि भूपतीनां सङ्घट्टनं मकुट पङ्क्तिभिः अन्धभूस्वम्. Eight divine padukas of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. Antahpure परिजनैः समयोपयातैः अभ्यर्चित भवसिया विनयोपपन्नैः सा कोसलेश्वर पदावनी भूपतीनां सङ्घट्टनं मकुट पङ्क्तिभिः अन्वभूः त्वम्. O divine padukas of Bhagavan Sri Rama, you were shown the utmost respect not only by the attendants who walk into the palace from time to time, but also by all the kings who bow down to you with their kiritams, because everybody has to pay due respect to Paduka Devi. That is the command of Bharata. Including foreign dignitaries are presented only to the Padukas. They have to bow down to the Padukas. Every government official who came to see Bharata must bow down to Padukas first and then to Bharata. That kind of a respect Paduka Devi commanded, or rather Bharata arranged for Paduka Devi that kind of respect. Absolute respect. Forget about the palace attendants showing respect to Paduka Devi because she is there sitting on the throne. Everyone, the kings, the kings of small provinces, because Ikshvaku Vamshadipatis are the Chakravartis. All other kings of small places are subservient to them. Periodically, they have to come and report to the emperor. And pay the taxes, etc. So when they come to pay taxes, etc., they not only show respect to Bharata, they have to show respect even to Paduka Devi. Palace attendants, they know whomsoever is sitting on the Simhasanam is the king. They all know that they must respect Paduka Devi. Not only the attendants, but even the kings, dignitaries coming from other countries, other provinces, were still bowing down to Paduka Devi with their diamond-studded kiritams. That is the greatness of Paduka Devi. Go ahead, Amma, if you have some questions, please. You can unmute your phones and ask a question, Amma, if you want. Amma, anyone of you, no questions, Amma?
Narayana Swami, this is Yugandhar.
Yes, sir.
Swami, a different question completely.
Hmm.
గోదానం చేస్తాం కదా, మెయిన్ రీజన్ ఎందుకు చేస్తారు గోదానం?
గోదానం గోదానమే కదండి?
అవునమ్మా, అవును స్వామి. నారాయణ.
Very good, sir. I think I'm very happy. I thought only Uma is listening. I didn't know that you are also listening. I thought you are a businessman, what do you call, Wall Street, always, every minute is thousands of dollars, and you are busy always with your professional activities. So you are having time. Okay. Had you listened to the other days, we were talking about Garuda Puranam Monday to Friday. In Garuda Puranam, it is very clearly mentioned. Don't take it personally, sir. Anybody who is not going to go to Vaikuntham, to go to Vaikuntham, Krishna says only two ways: either practice Bhakti Yoga or do Sharanagati. By doing Bhakti Yoga, it may take 1,000,000 births to wipe out all our individual sins. By doing Sharanagati in 1 second, Lord Krishna says he will wipe out all our sins for the past millions of births. So you will get moksha. Anyone who did not do Sharanagati is bound to go through the punishments in Naraka, and is also bound to go and enjoy the pleasures in Swargam and again go through the Garbha Narakam and take birth. That being the case, the people who are going to go to hell, there is an unimaginable river called Vaitarani. The people who are going to go to Vaikuntham will cross a beautiful river called Viraja. If you have to go to Vaikuntham, take a dip, take a bath in Viraja, you get a divine body, divine senses, and you go to Vaikuntham. People who have to go to hell and heaven, they first have to cross, before going to hell, a river called Vaitarani. That Vaitarani is filled with blood, urine, fecal material, and all the sins we committed, personified as snakes, scorpions, tigers, crocodiles. And the Yamadutas, who can fly over the Vaitarani river, will drag us through the Vaitarani river. That Vaitarani, the dirtiest of the dirtiest river, filled with blood, mucus, urine, stool, etc. And completely filled with snakes, scorpions, crocodiles, tigers. We will be dragged. If you can do Godanam when you are alive, because no guarantee your children will do. Because we know how many people have done when our parents passed away. At least if you do a Godanam, you will have the privilege of crossing the Vaitarani without being dragged in Vaitarani. For easy crossing of Vaitarani, the most unimaginable, filthiest river, Godanam will help. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, Swami. Narayana.
And by the way, if you are planning to do Godanam, do it to a deserving person. Deserving person means who will keep that cow and enjoy the milk by offering to Krishna first. You know, India, people do Godanam. That priest immediately will take it within a few hours. He will sell it, make money out of it, and will go and buy an air conditioner or will buy his personal luxury item. That's not the idea of giving Godanam. You should give Godanam to a person where they will keep the cows and take care of the cows and enjoy the milk, etc. of that cow. Second one, when you are doing Godanam, preferably try to do Kapila Dhenu. Kapila means black cow. Cows are always white, but there are some black cows which are considered as very, very sacred, very auspicious. If you cannot get a black cow, at least a white cow with black patches, at least they say. So Kapila Dhenu Danam is a very sacred one, sir. Next question. Emma, anyone of you?
Nine Swamiji.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yes, Swamiji.
Go ahead, Sanjita.
Yeah. So you said that Swatantram you have to double the amount for the calculation. What is the reason behind it?
Because that Swatantram is not only taking away your Paratantram, this Swatantram will make an additional dent on your Paratantram. Okay, very simple. You are a good girl. You are married. You exhibit Swatantram. That means you are exhibiting Swatantram is not only for your benefit of living an independent style, but that is hurting the equal amount your husband also. Are you getting it?
Yes, Swamiji, yes.
Say, for example, 100% you will listen to your husband, Paratantram. Okay, you reserved, say, for example, I will listen to my husband only 20%. So that 20% not only gave you the freedom, but the 20% made your husband feel sad also, correct?
Right, Swami, right.
Therefore, your Paratantram is now 20% Swatantram is not 100 minus 20 equal to 80% Paratantram. The 20% of Swatantram will reduce the 80% Paratantram to 60%. Double that one, that is actually Swatantram. Now, could you understand the difference between Swatantram and Paratantram?
Yes, Swami, yes, Swami. Now I understood. Thank you, Swamiji. Nine.
Okay, ma, we'll continue tomorrow, ma, Swapadika Sahasram. Naren, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu, Sarvapalam Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu, Om Astat Guru Bhirmastu, Sarvaguru Bhirmastu, Sarvaguru Bhirmaha, Srimati Nigamantamaha, Deshika, Naren. Today is a Swati. We have a Lakshmi Nrsimha Abhishekam, and we also have a Lakshmi Nrsimha Homam today. If anyone of you are free, please do come. Naren.